Don't know too much about that.
Then you got Custer's Revenge in third place.
Oh, what's apparently?
Look at the screen cap of Custer's Revenge.
Look at the graphics.
This is from 1982.
Horrible. There's 4 colors in that, maybe.
It looks like Dig Dug.
Remember that one?
Remember Dig Dug?
I never played it, but in the description apparently says it's the only game where you can actually assault a woman.
What?
Actually,
wait, Danny's got some. Danny?
That's the entire purpose of the game. Like, it's not like that's just like one area of the game. That's the whole game. It's like Atari during
the whole selling point.
Yeah, during the early '80s, they came out. There was a few like X-rated video games, and that was one of them. It was Custer's Revenge. All you did was sexually assault Native Americans.
Wait, you sexually assault this thing that's on the screen cap? That's supposed to be a woman?
3 pixels that are supposed to be a woman?
All right, listen, it says, had Custer's Revenge come out in the robot-heavy early 1990s, it probably would have been called Rape Simulator 2000. They got away with this?
Yeah, surprisingly. Actually,
that's right. This is the only game in the history of the interactive entertainment. Now this list is, interesting. In the history of the interactive entertainment, to my knowledge, where the goal is to rape a helpless woman?
That's Custer's Revenge.
Yeah.
While we don't condone rape here at Arthur's Hall, Arthur'sHall.com is the ones that put out this list. It suddenly becomes pretty damn harmless, not to mention hilarious, once you put in the context of a Atari 2600 video game that was released over 20 years ago.
Wow.
And that's not the only one that was sexually explicit. There was a few other ones, too. The Angry Video Game Nerd tackles some of these games if you want the audio.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we haven't done Angry Video Game Nerd in a while.
The new one's coming out, though. David Copperfield's Revenge, which is very much like Custer's.
It just takes place on Rape Island.
Yeah, Rape Island.
That's the subtitle.
But listen to this. The gameplay is simple. You're a naked and horny General Custer with a big, fat 4-bit...
4-bit.
4-bit. Yeah, they call it a 4-bit... On the far right of the screen is a naked Indian maiden tied to a stake.
But she doesn't look tied.
I know,
the Chinese letter. Him standing at her legs. It's terrible.
You know what's funny? We don't even have a problem with the concept. We have a problem with the awful graphics.
The graphics aren't good graphic enough.
Right. The rape isn't real enough.
Right.
Good concept, poor execution.
Yeah.
That's what.
The goal is to have sex with her as much as possible without getting hit by the arrows falling from the sky.
Wow.
The action button is the rape button, and it can be pressed once you work your way over to the maiden to ravage her. If you rape her for too long, you will no doubt be hit by the falling arrows.
Yeah.
It's best to move away and wait for an opening to rape her some more. Jeez. This is insane.
Is this the actual instruction booklet?
Yes.
How did this get past everybody back in the day?
Because the
now
market...
if you have a little blood in your video game, there's an outrage and they're like protesting.
No one was really looking at these things back then except a few geeks that were playing it.
Right.
I think the market for X-rated Atari games was 5 dudes, so it kind of went under the radar.
You're awarded points for every thrust, of course. And then it says, yes, this is sick and depraved, and whoever programmed this game should probably be sent to prison. Still, who else would have had the balls to make a game like this? The whole concept is just insane. Custer's Revenge just might be the most politically incorrect thing I've ever witnessed, and that makes it manly as hell. We're going to try to get some audio from this game after the break. Okay. Custer's Revenge.
And I was thinking the list didn't have Grand Theft Auto on it because maybe the list was being politically correct. But
right.
That threw that right out the window.
Oh, no kidding, huh?
Opie and Anthony.
We were talking about this game, Custer's Revenge. Did you hear us talking about it?
I was listening to that. It was,
wow.
Do
you remember
really
this game?
interesting. Not at all. Not at all.
You go way back with your gaming,
yeah, I do.
right?
I go back to where Asteroids was just a triangle, and it was just. I'm a video game guy, but I've never heard of a raid game.
Would you play it in the arcade, Asteroids?
Oh yeah, no, that was big game.
I played it at Tommy Tucker's Lounge on 25A, the old Howard Johnson's. That's now the post office for Centerport, Long Island. Oh, okay. I know I'm going very local here, but they would have those tabletop games, so you would have your, like, gin and tonic, whatever the hell we were drinking back then.
Miss Pac-Man.
Acanoid.
Remember that, though? It was so cool, because it was a glass table, and you could play the games while you're drinking right there on a flat surface.
Millipede, Missile Command.
Centipede was a good one, too.
Millipede and Centipede. Millipede was all shooting Centipede.
Joust.
Yep. Tempest.
What was the one that it was so? We bring this
Avoid
up.
spikes.
We bring this up all the time, but it was a shootout game. It was like two like gunslingers in the Old West. And there was two cactuses that you were able to hide behind,
right,
on separate sides of the screen. So your guy's behind the cactus, and then you had to be brave enough to move up or down away from the cactus to try to take your shot, which was so ridiculous because the game could go on forever because the other guy could just choose never to leave the cactus.
Yeah, and the bullet didn't go fast enough,
which is amazing now because you play Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, and it's like real. It's like you die and you have a funeral for real, like for yourself, where you just guns with camera. They have a camera gun that you don't have to look out, just like probably the real army, and you just can see the dude and from that, you know, joust and what's the one with the blocks fit into each other? The Tetris. Tetris and. From that to this, but I've never heard of a Indian rape game. That is just
no, never heard of it.
Unbelievable.
And we're finding more of these, but I guess Atari thought there was a market for like X-rated video games is what it comes down to, and one of them was this Custer's Revenge. I never heard of it, and we have this guy. He's not one of our guys, but he's famous on the internet. He's called Angry Video Nerd. And what he does is he plays these really old games and just talks about them.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So he actually reviewed this game, Custer's Revenge.
He did.
So we got some audio of him doing just that. It's Angry Video Game Nerd. You can find this guy on YouTube. Just put his name in the search, and it's hours of fun listening to this guy. Right, Danny?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun watch. The thing about the porno games is that Atari wasn't actually marketing this. It was back in the early days of video games. There was no licensing, so anybody could just produce a game for that
for that system. Or whatever.
Yeah, if you're an independent company, you could just make a game and sell it.
Right.
They couldn't do anything about it.
So this was made by an independent
company. Right?
I guess in a way they were kind of happy to have it out there because it's like they didn't make enough games, so it's like screw it, let people make games. I don't think that
enough to be on the list of best man games.
Well, these idiots that make these lists have to find some little twist. No one heard of Custer's Revenge until this very moment.
I've never heard of that game.
All right, let's go to the audio. It's Angry Video Game Nerd actually talking about the game and playing the game. Here we go.
There's an Atari game, Custer's Revenge, where you f*** a naked chick up against a cactus.
Nobody would believe me, but it was true. It was a real game, and it came in a nice leather case, I guess so the kids couldn't see it. At the stores, you had to ask for it, because it was either hidden behind the counter or in the back room. But anyway, I find the picture on the front really weird. The girl's depicted in a realistic style, where Custer is like a cartoon character, and he's way smaller than her, and he's got a hairy ass. Well, let's pop this piece of in and give it a go. I don't even need to comment. Look at this. Well, you're both completely naked. Well, maybe not completely naked. You got a cowboy hat, a pair of boots, and a scarf or an ascot. Ascot. So what's happening?
What an idiot. This kid's hysterical, though, man. I love his reviews.
I've seen many of his videos on YouTube.
Ascot. So what's happening? There's spears dropping from the sky, and you got to dodge them. Oh, look, I got hit. Then lightning strikes, and you jump out of your boots. So the goal is to get over there and rape her. It's terrible. I can't believe I'm playing this.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, okay, I'm watching a little bit of it.
Look at the graphics of the naked woman. I know it's radio, but it's so lame. Look at
especially, can you picture, if you're going to rape somebody, can you picture something more uncomfortable to rape them against than a cactus?
Oh. A cactus. Well, there's someone shooting arrows at you.
But you don't even know it's a cactus because the graphics suck so bad. It looks like a green, post.
Yeah.
There's no, hint that it's an actual cactus except for the fact that it's green.
It's a green lowercase L.
Right.
And you have to rape her until her tribe saves her?
No, I guess you get points for every movement you make.
Every pump?
Yeah, because then you gotta...
you gotta avoid the arrows.
Avoid the arrows. They come at you.
Oh, because they're like, oh, man, so... And the idea is that there's some dudes...
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of how they would make it now if they remade this game.
Oh.
So it's just dudes going, oh, man, he's raping her. Let's just
firing up in the air.
Let's try our best. Almost like 300 with the rain
The arrows come down on you.
Just rape until it's over. Until it's like, and then you get 3 rapes.
Yeah. The graphics are so bad, I think Dan is pointing out here that she looks like an ostrich. It doesn't even look like
wow.
All right, here's more from Angry Video Game Nerd playing Custer's Revenge.
Yeah,